Hello, everyone. Welcome to our community update. It is August 6th, 2026. Kind of a unique number for us. This is your community update for the month of August. And I'm just going to start with what the energy has been like. Well, at least in my world, that's what it's been like. I've had a wonderful rest time, a wonderful unfolding and new ahas, opportunities to get more settled in, to understand more about how my personal 4 pillars are evolving. And that was one of the main things I put into the newsletter update. Well, the newsletter. I had started off with just talking about the energy in astrology, and it seems to be just that's really staring us in the face. Well, at least it is for me. I don't know what it is for you. I can only report what's in my world. And I think the biggest thing that I wanted to share out of that was the fact that since CERN was shut down, it's just easier. I have found it easier to connect to my higher self and to slow down enough to really find the pause and the breath in between and enjoying the things that I do every day. Like really taking the time to enjoy the simplest things. And then feeling the energy inside of it. It feels like it hasn't been possible to do that. So I'm really curious to hear from all of you or any of you at all of what your experience has been. So it feels like I'm able to do that. Like there's space to feel that. That could be many things. It could be what I'm manifesting. In the quantum field, a different parallel universe to where I was. It could be many things. But it feels different. It definitely feels different. So that being said, that it feels different, that means there has to be some change. And that's the important thing when we're doing life and when we're evolving and healing things and moving with the frequencies, because there's been frequencies that haven't made sense. Like they felt very synthetic. And now the frequency I can feel more of the original organic frequency. I guess that's probably a better way to put it. And from that light of things, my creativity is actually being able to move. So maybe that's happening for you too. I would really love to know that from you. And of course, when we get back together in September, there'll be lots of moments to share any new ahas that you have. Also, as an elder in the community, I'm trying to care more for my 4 pillars for my health. The health of my 4 pillars, which is physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual, and my vitality and life force. It has become very important to stop long enough to hear my body, to hear my heart, to feel the emotions and how things are showing up for me to observe and to learn from. So it's going to be different in the fall when we get back together. There's still Reiki share. There is still planning to do the Reiki meditation, which I think is a very important part of what we're moving into. We're going to celebrate the equinox with the full moon and cacao together. And then each month is going to have a theme, because I know like August August is big. So uh, each month in September, moving into the new year, we're just going to really feel what the plant medicine is asking us to consciously pay attention to, because that's getting louder. I hear nature louder. And that's one thing I want to say too, is that it's so important that we are grounded and that we are connecting to our naturalness and being in nature, because we have to be able to hear our higher knowing. It's going to be important over the next few years. So I sat and wondered how to share that, but the best way I can do it and share it is starting with me. So I'm making all those important changes, and they could be small things, but I'm making them. One a day. I kind of look at it and go, how can we do that different in my home or in my relationships, right? That's what keeps pointing me towards. It's like, in order to have this consciousness raise, we have to all work on our own inner medicine wheel, our 4 pillars of health first. And yes, I've been doing that for a long time, but now I'm fine-tuning. And as an elder, there's lots there that I could share. What worked for me, for people approaching elderhood, what's worked for me that might be helpful for you. I don't know, but everybody gets that opportunity to figure that out for themselves. And how we will be moving forward with, classes, teachings. That's going to be a little different. And I'm planning to make things even more accessible for folks. But we're going to do it in a very slow format. We're not going to get overwhelmed with all the to-dos. And I think that's the other thing I wanted to point out for the update today. Now, August, okay, don't want to leave this out because this is the August newsletter. But as mentioned, Lionsgate on Saturday. So do something special for yourself. I'm going to do that. It's a complete solar eclipse on the 12th. So eclipses do things. And that's what happened to me last year when we had that eclipse in March. Eclipses end things. And it just changes it if you haven't made the changes. So it'll find a way. The universe will find a way to make those changes. Then we have the lunar eclipse on the 27th, 28th of August. And that's just another doorway like that. That kind of bookends that solar energy that's in between. And it's not about manifesting. August, I'm taking everything off the table. I'm using this whole month to get things completed that are not completed, because it really has to be, there's things that I have personally that need to be cleaned up, whether it's in my space or, projects or odds and ends that need to be completed, because the energy is going to be really interesting in the fall. And so I'm taking that this month of August to just get that done. As being a Taurus has really been loud in my face about getting that done. So, and the other thing that I am doing is also putting my attention to my creativity and how it wants to be expressed, whether it's through writing, whether it's through crocheting, using my hands, baking, making a meal, being of service to others in some way. And so I love this quote that Colette Baron Reed said, and this is in regards to manifesting too, but I just like it in general. I like waking up and saying to the universe, how can I be of service to you today? How can I be of service today? How can I be, how can I make a difference? And it could be really small things. So I know this video is a little longer, but I wanted to express that because these are big changes. And we all have to figure out what they are for us. That's important. So keep learning, be happy, do the fun things, find your inner kid, unleash that, and get creative. And we'll talk to you very soon in September. Ciao.